The PTR has been updated again, and this time we've got some more combat changes. There's actually a new event, but I'm struggling to find any information about that. When I do, I'll probably make a second video tonight. For now, we'll go through the patch notes and we'll see how big these combat changes are. I think some of you are going to be very interested. Let's jump in. So the first thing they talk about here is the Fury of the Spriggan. This I'm struggling to find, but it says, the earth has been restless since the Ennead awoke. Cooperate in open world encounters to defeat dryads and a mighty Spriggan for daily event specific rewards. Minor spoiler alert, I cannot find that, right? I'm looking on the map, maybe I just don't know where it is. It did say the Ennead, so I came to like Brimstone and had a look. I don't know what it is, I don't know where it is. When I find that, and I'm probably just going to be testing that maybe on stream tonight or something like that. When I find this, I will of course let you guys know. Then they've done a few different fixes for the Empyrean Forge. I'm not going to read them out, they're not really that interesting. Couple more fixes with the Empyrean Forge as well. All pretty interesting, sure, if you're interested, go read it. But what I really want to get to here is the combat changes. So Fire Staff, Flare. They've added a trade-off to the flare upgrade when upgrading the AoE, so the projectile speed will now travel 25% lower. That's going to be important for some of you guys out there. I'm going to ignore the fixes and just talk about the changes. Flamethrower was changed from 50% weapon damage every half second to 100% weapon damage every second. So the tick is now going to be longer, but it's going to do more damage. An interesting trade-off. Apparently this was to fix an issue where the flamethrower was making the dot tick twice as fast, greatly increasing damage. So they fixed that by doing this change. Somehow that's relevant. They've updated the accelerating flamethrower perk to be more clear on activation and reduced the amount of stacks of smolder that need to be on the target to trigger the effect from 3 to 2. So this is getting there for you people who are very into the weeds when it comes to combat. You need to know this kind of stuff, right? Big nerf here to the hatchet. Defy death. They have changed the health gain from 50% of max HP to 50% of the base HP. So let's say your base HP is 5k, but your max HP was 10k. Well, you would have got half of the 10k, you would have got 5k. Now you're actually going to get half of the 5k, so you'll get 2.5k. Basically means you're going to be less survivable. You're not going to get as much health back. So it was very strong. Now it's probably just okay or sort of strong enough. But a big change. The Blunderbuss is getting, I mean, are these really nerfs? The Shrapnel Blast is going to reduce the stamina damage dealt by 50%. I always don't know what ASB is. This is going to be embarrassing for me. Increased how much the ASB damage is reduced per consecutive pellet hit from 15 to 20. I want to say it's active stamina break, but that doesn't make any sense. I don't know what that means. Somebody corrected me last time and I haven't remembered. Just tried to Google it, doesn't help me, can't remember. It is what it is. For Claw Shot, they have adjusted the cancel windows on the Claw Shot to reduce the burst damage potential when used in combos. Okay, makes sense. For the Rapier, for Flourish, they have added the stagger back into Flourish and reduced the damage of Flourish from 90% to 60%. Weirdly, I was trying this on the PTR with the Rapier and that was terrible. I never really got my stagger off anyway. And not the PTR, on live I meant. And I think this one is a buff to the musket. Accuracy, reduced the musket's camera rotation accuracy penalty by 20%. So basically when you just rotated the camera, your accuracy became a lot less. Well, they're making that less bad. That's okay, because they may have gone a little bit too far with the musket. Hopefully that makes it about okay. We'll see. I sort of still want it to be a bit bad, but you know, we'll see how that plays out. Fortify and Perforate, they reduced the 45 per stack from 9.6% on armor and 17% on weapons to 5.8 on armor and 10% on weapons. So a bit of a nerf there to Fortify and Perforate. Mortal Empowerment added back the ability to have the duration refresh with each kill. They possibly went too far with that one, so they're walking it back a little bit. Not sure I like that. However, elemental attunements, they've reduced the damage from 18% to 14%. So for some of you people who know all about combat, these are going to be big changes for you, I think. The rest of them are sort of just upgrades and changes to like fixes and stuff like that. However, I do want to talk about this one because I'm not 100% sure what it means. Musical instruments. They have scaled the XP required to level up musical instrument trade skill to be more in line with the new music XP curve. I don't know what that means. I don't know how that necessarily works. Are they making it harder? Are they making it easier? I don't really know. Onto the season pass stuff. They said they've adjusted the flame cores to be no longer bind on pickup. Now I'm not doubting that, but the ones that I currently have are still bind on pickup, or they were bound to me. So the ones here that I can see they're bound to me. That's possibly just because they existed pre this change happening. However, if I do go to the trading post, you can now see that they actually exist and you'll be able to buy and sell, right? That's all good, perfect. So those flame cores are going to be very important. I'll probably do another video on them at some point, talk about the best place to farm them and all that kind of good stuff. The next one's a little bit confusing here, where they said they've modified the category of some season activities and added a new season activity to task to craft flame cores. I actually don't think that's true. from what I can gather, it's to craft with the flame cores at the forge, and I think you need 15 of them. I don't think you're actually crafting flame cores themselves, unless I'm mistaken. They're also changing the passive season XP. So basically you get most of your XP from the journey and the activity card, right? But just doing stuff in the background actually gives you XP. And they're basically buffing that. They call it the passive XP. Not only are they buffing it, in some cases they're actually adding it. So winning 1 round of PvP Arena now grants you 2. It was 0. Winning 2 rounds now grants you 3 XP. It was 0. War and invasions now go up. They're worth 50 XP instead of 25. High value PvP kills are now worth 5 instead of 3. Very high value PvP kills are now worth 10 instead of 5. Minor corruption breaches, you now get 3. Aptitude levels are now worth 10 seasonal XP. Now this is actually a bit of a nerf, right? Because it was 50 seasonal XP. Now I don't want to give away any trade secrets, but I'm pretty sure that this is one of the main reasons that Fivehead got his season pass to 100. Unfortunately, that's going to be less appealing going forward. To be fair, it was less appealing as it was just Fivehead's absolute legend and just power leveled it. Crazy man, but there you go. The trials are now worth 10, and they've added in a new passive seasonal XP source from player XP. This is huge if you are Ginger World Gaming. For every 10,000 player XP you earn from an activity, it will now grant you 25 seasonal XP. Basically, Brian over at Ginger Prime, he has wanted something that converts your normal XP into something useful at the end game forever, right? And now there's this. I'm sure he'll be very happy. It should also possibly mean that you don't actually hand in any quests. You could just hold them and then hand them in when the season pass goes live. They've added a speculative fix for an issue that caused achievements and titles not to appear in the UI. That's been an issue for ages. If they've actually fixed it, it'll be great. A notification should appear in the top right corner when a player is removed from war signups or fails a PvP mission because they were made PvP inactive. Okay, cool. Not quite sure what this one is. Added a non-dismissible pop-up dialogue with a countdown timer for when the leaderboard weekly rewards will be released during the weekly reset. So I think it's basically telling you how long it's going to take before you get your stuff. They've also fixed some audio stuff. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm not sure when I'm going to put this in the video because I've just recorded a video talking about the combat changes. The actual event here now shows on the map and it shows as Fury of the Spriggan. Apparently you need some flame cores to trigger it. You also need 40 people, I think. So the chances of us actually doing this is quite low. And of course, it's actually not a New World database, right? So we are unable, I think, at the minute to actually complete this. But I'm just going to show you what it looks like, right? Just because we've got this right now, so let's just do it. These people who I'm with are currently dying. I think you need 4 flame cores to be able to trigger it. It also says that you need 20 people, right? So there's only like 4 of us here on the PTR right now. We're never going to actually be able to do it. So this is just going to be a problem. In fact, it also looks like we've not even built a tent. Yes, I will possibly try and show you this later, but I'm not going to be able to show it you right this second, if that makes sense. If you want to support the channel, then becoming a YouTube member is truly the best way. Otherwise, come and follow me over on Twitch. I might not stream today just because I'm trying to do all this video stuff, but I would be honoured to see you over there. What you should definitely do, though, is have a most beautiful day and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.